So Hammersley brings them on to the start-finish straight. Off go the lights, off go the field, and it is actually Steve Berry that gets the best start, but Hammersley trying to go through the second phase as they head down towards Redgate. Everybody behind's just in a ball of spray to make it super challenging, and it is brilliant start by Steve Berry in the 666 Cooper Mini.
Yeah, absolutely, most impressive, and he had a gap of 4 or 5 lengths, leaving the corner. Here come the Pumas, but it's Berry, and then it's the Rob Audi TT in second place. Hammersley is in third. Clio up there in fifth, I can see. Most of the Clios.
We're looking on the screen at this fabulous tussle for the Pumas, and whilst Merritt has just about got the lead,
they're going to have to stop at wing mirrors.
Yes,
because it's needed,
and that'll be that tussle for second and third. They were absolutely side by side, and that is James Clare 100 is going to be one of them. And in fact, I think James Clare has just about got into that second place ahead of was that 26. Richard Wheeler is out there. Notice that the father and son are back out in separate cars from each other this time. They've been having a whale of a weekend, haven't they?
It appears so, and they've got minis side by side now. The opposite end of the circuit is round Coppice by the looks of things. And here comes Steve Berry.
And it's a new second place as well now. It's the Audi TT of David Robb.
Yeah.
John Hammersley in third, but under pressure from the bright orange number 9 of Matthew Jackson. And it looks like closing in as well. Richard Clark in the 166 car. Bright yellow clear up the inside and round the outside. So Hammersley got pinched as they got down towards Redgate there. And it is actually a great move from Richard Clark. 166 car moves up into that'll be third position now for him.
Yeah, Hammersley got mugged on both sides, didn't he?
Yeah.
Going into Redgate, and he's steadying himself down into his 70s now, into his 73, I think, and still enjoying his racing as much as ever, but just prefer to have consistent conditions. Ever seen air construct Capri back in the 1970s. So that must have been fairly early in his racing activity. Pumas having fun, strung out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all 11 of them.
Yeah, that's momentarily settled down, but I suspect not permanently between all of those in that one make series.
But the really quick turbo cars catch them. There'll be a Puma at every corner for about 2 laps.
Yeah, very good point. So across the line they go, and it is still very comfortably in the lead. A new fastest lap of the race to the 666 Mini GCW Coupe. And he's already just over 3.5 seconds clear of David Robb in the Audi TT, the number 37 car. Up to third, as we call it, is the 166 Renault Clio Cup car of Clark. Fourth is number 9 Matthew Jackson. They kind of do-si-doed around him, really, didn't they? He stayed in that 4th place because he was passed by Clark. He moved up past John Hammersley. Coyne in the number 70 Clio up to 5th place. Hammersley in 6th in the 111 car. 999 will be in 7th place. Up to 8th goes the Tate and Scharfinger. Now we don't know who's driving that one.
I think it was Tate.
It didn't. In fact, it only even had Tate on the list, I think, from memory.
Yeah, Scharfinger went down, I think.
So we weren't aware of which driver that one. Well, no, you're right on this one. It's one of the later ones that Scharfinger, wasn't it? Or somebody wasn't shown.
Yeah, Tate first in 159, Andy Tate, and then Patrick Scharfinger later.
Chambers in 972, 22 Hunt in 10th position at the moment, so still got plenty of fight. Keeping an eye on at which point we get the pit window open notification. It would normally be at with 25 left on the clock. So we'll see whether they stick to that or whether they sort of shift it backwards. 4-2 Puma of Sammy Jackson has lost it coming down through the grainers. There we go on the stream, and has unfortunately properly buried that. I've got to say, probably very lucky not to roll that one, and the fact that that's fully side on there, that could have very easily rolled over. Now that's going to be a safety car, isn't it? Because that's
got to be, hasn't it? And safety car is down there with the lights flashing.
Yeah.
John Hammersley may find that his stint is cut short by this, and he can duck in and put our pole qualifier, Nigel Tungasilo, into that.
Yeah, it's very possible, but then again, that depends if he wants to stay driving or not. Although I'm not sure whether he'll be enjoying these conditions that much.
It looks like he's not. It's gone, safety car. And the leaders, Jack Rockler's closer to Barry. There's one slower car between the safety car and the leaders. Richard Clark is now caught the leaders as well. So we'll see 4 cars immediately behind the safety car. The first one is out of place effectively, but the next 3, led by the Silver and Dayglow Coupe, are 1, 2 and 3 respectively in classification. Coming through the field well is the Noth Mini. I notice. That's Hunt, isn't it? Who's up into the mid-pack. From down the order.
Actually, I've just seen the changes to the programme where all remaining races will be shortened by 5 minutes. In the 40-minute races, as was, then the pit window opens at 10 minutes, closes at 25. No change to the pit window. So, hence the pit window is indeed now open. 10 minutes in. And the 20-minute races will be down to 20-minute race, will be 15 minutes for the Magnificent Sevens.
96. Garoba can't trick way in today.
The Pumas, 7 of the Pumas are diving in. They're taking advantage of this rather early.
Prowling the pit lane.
There's only 3 of them, so it's not exactly swarming just yet, is it? But you've got to assume that you're going to want to dive in ASAP.
Yes, I would say so. Now, I mean, most of the drivers, vast majority of the field, I would say, so more than half are soloists, so it doesn't really matter. There's no differential between themselves and another driver. But I think we'll see John Hammersley and Brenny Pronto. Here comes Stephen Berry and David Robb and Richard Clark. And Matt Jackson, who is Matthew Jackson's moved across from Pumas, hasn't he? And then we've got Coyne and Wortley. Bucking the trend is Lisa Selby, who has, I think, it's a de facto leader. There's 1 or 2 giving up on the idea.
I'm not surprised.
It's like getting to the supermarket car park when you can't get in, and I might come back another day.
It is tempting. I mean, you think about it. Why would you sit there in a queue? It's just going to hold you up even more. Isn't it?
Yeah.
But it was a late call by them, wasn't it? But I've never quite seen a queue like that to get into the pits. Thankfully, everybody was aware and sensible. That now does mean it's a very busy pit lane, to say the least. On the stream, we're looking at the 166 car of Richard Clark that had that great early stage. Thank you, David Smither. He sent me a link that didn't work, but thankfully I have now seen it. So there is the number 70 car. That is Travis Coyne driving alone. Started 11th on the grid. that, but I bailed out. Right, there goes the 111 car heading out to the circuit. That Sirocco's now going to have Nigel Tongue behind the wheel, so we'll see how that works.
See Bob Hosier's said. This is Lisa Selby, who's behind the safety car, and Lisa comes in.
Rob Austin brings his Mini in. Good to see him out racing the Mini again.
Lisa Selby leads momentarily, and her husband Toby Harris about to get in. That's the 65, the Zemelis Audi, and that will be taken over by Stuart Zemelis. I'm trying to remember where the surname originates. I think somewhere like Latvia.
Which one?
Zemelis.
Okay.
Because I knew a Lithuanian, several Lithuanians, I knew an Estonian. That surname's either Latvian or Estonian, I think. Victor Skurmans, the greatest Latvian race driver in the States back in the day, with a bathtub Porsche 356 from Warren, Michigan. Victor Skurmans.
So we're down less than 20 minutes left to go in this session now. We're sort of not really running down through the order as it stands. The Puma Cup car, leading car there in the pits we're just looking at on the stream. Thomas Merritt being counted down by his team, told, now off you go.
If he wins the class, is it an award of merit?
He probably is, probably is. So, safety car lights are still on.
Another Puma.
Safety car lights are now out, so we're going to get this back underway now. We've still got a couple that haven't made their pit stops yet, and that's probably not going to work brilliantly for them. One of those is coming in now, so that has unravelled a smidge for the number 40 car there.
Yeah, 40 and 41 both coming in. Last knockings.
That number 40 car is Robert Ian Collins and Ashley Collins. Ashley Collins about to get into that black number 40 Vauxhall Astra. Mini is in behind him. Yeah, that's going to unravel because now everybody else is up to full speed rather than being held behind the safety car. But piling down through the Craner curves, we see our outright race leader before all of this happened. Steve Berry, 666, trying to get past the slower cars. The TT sat there in second place.
Look at the Nigel Tongue, who's got a phalanx of cars, about 9 or 10 cars in front of him going into Redgate with that very rapid blue VW Sirocco. 7 laps down. Yes, Collins was momentarily in the lead, as Lisa Selby was last time, and then it was the car that hasn't stopped, which is the Warner and Tite number 2. Stephen Warner, Martin Tite, but that car hasn't stopped. You really wonder why.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I'm trying to remember. I think the pit window will stay open to the end now with the safety car.
In fact, it was 44. Thomas and Jordan had 41 on the window. I think he lost part of his number, so that came in. We'll see a bit more of a picture emerging. Steve Berry is back in the lead from David Robb and Richard Clark. Fourth is Matthew Jackson. Fifth is Warner and Tite, who are now in.
So that's going to take them out of that. So the top 4 are as they were when they first went in, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly that. But mired in traffic, meanwhile, is Nigel Tongue, and there he is. up into 12th place, but he's got a mountain to climb because Matthew Jackson in 4th place was 9 seconds off the beam in his battle, and Hammersley and Tongue are almost 30 seconds away from that, so they've lost a tremendous amount of time. Nigel Tongue will make a lot of it up over the course of the next nearly 16 minutes, maybe 16 minutes, but he's got his work cut out to, I think, impinge upon maybe any better than sort of just the back end of the top 6.
Just some great tussles going down through the Crater curves, as is so often the case. Leaders sort of having a bit more comfortable. Interestingly, second place Ron in the Audi TT number 37 has just played the new fastest lap of the race. It's only 2/10 quicker than Steve Berry, but they are getting quicker. I was looking at the TV pictures as the sweep down through the Crater curves, and I think to coin a phrase we used earlier in one of the interviews, it's not so much a dry line, but a less wet line where the water's been thrown off that part of the circuit. And I thought it was interesting what was said, Marcus, is that you have to stop yourself from having a false confidence when you think, oh, that looks dry. It's still not. It's just not as wet, so you need to be careful. Chambers looks like he's getting mugged by a few cars on the last lap.
Hammersley's up into, Hammersley Tongue are up into 10th place, 44.5 seconds from the lead.
And of course their lap times aren't representative now because they're in the middle of too many cars, aren't they?
That's right. But there's still half a minute or so behind Matthew Jackson, who is 4th. So it's going to be absolutely pedal to the metal all the way. Not an ambition to get up into the top 6, but they might do it.
Adam Hunt, number 22, Mini looked like it was going steady there, so I don't know whether there's an issue for that black and white.
Had a swallow it, but that's the one that was offered to the gravel in the previous race,
Was it?
Earlier in
Okay.
the day.
I have a feeling it's got an issue again now. It's just been passed by 2 cars down the start-finish straight.
So the fastest lap, 29.344 this time for the chaser, Rob.
Wow, the answer is yes, it's got a problem that 22 car because its best lap time was a 1:37.2. It just did a 1:56.6.
Yeah. That might have been in response to a language spin somewhere.
He still didn't look up full chat as he came across the line. What of the Pumas? Is it still Merritt that's got the lead in that? No, it isn't. It's the 100 car of James Clare.
Nigel Tongue, 8th place. A 1:33.7. Lapping quicker than the 4th place car. Quite as quick as the 5th. So it's the court is yet out. Quite a lot of improvements in the mid-pack, which suggests that the track is getting better.
Look at that gaggle of cars coming down there. That Nigel Tongue's managed to clear all of those, thankfully for him. But you got the bright orange Freddie Lynch looking up the inside of one of the Pumas. Job done there.
Scharfeger is up into 5th place at the expense of Travis Coyne. Here goes Matthew Jackson, orange.
First up, we've got 2 cars off. Chambers is one of them. Now this is the left-hand kink as they make their way back towards Schwarzkopf, so through the Starkey's Bridge section. I would suggest that one of the Minis and Chambers make contact. In fact, one car must have been a third because another one has only just rejoined. Oh no, that is Chambers that has rejoined at the bottom of Schwarzkopf and is making 12. We've got another one off into the same gravel trap that the Mini was in. Now, what's that? That looked like that could be Rob's TT, you know. Red flag is out, so I wonder whether there's something being dropped down there. But one of the Minis in the gravel, I can't tell you which one it is yet, but the TT only just missed it at full speed across the grass and just missed the car that was in the gravel, so that was a very leery moment. it just looked to me, in fact, there it is, I'm looking on the camera, our security cameras at the TT, and I'm sure that is
That's at Schwanz, isn't it? It is.
just after Starkey's,
Yeah,
between
Starkey's Bridge, up towards Schwanz.
and yes, it is, it's 37 Rob, so it was the second place car that was the latter one to lose it into the gravel there.